Good morning, dear participants. I am a teacher of Bucharest State University, Shahnoza Karimova. As you remember, our previous theme was motivation and inspiration. Let's revise our previous lesson. Now you should answer this question. Is there any difference between motivation and inspiration? How do you think? Is there any difference between two terms? Thank you. Let's see this possible answer. Please pay attention. Inspiration is bigger and lasts longer than motivation. Inspiration comes from within, while motivation comes from outside. You see, inspiration is inside, but motivations comes from outside. Inspiration is often called the cause of motivation. Now they are similar to each other. The next one: when a man is inspired, a force works from within and drives him to be better at what he is doing, win games, and to earn more to fulfill the needs of his family, and so on. Thank you, dear students. Let's move to our today's topic. Now there are given the words belongs to our today's topic. You should guess the topic itself. There are given the words as following: talent, keenness, hobbies, destination, education, interest, medicine. How do you think? What is the topic of today's lesson? Yes, you are right, dear students. Today's topic is field of interest. Yes, you are right. Let's see the objective of the lesson: to increase students' awareness of the topic, to develop their language skills and critical thinking through a wide range of activities. Field of interest, domains of interest, spheres of interest, areas or topics that one finds interesting. An interest area is a way of categorizing careers based on where and how would you like to work. Now, dear students, participants, let's look at these pictures and define their field of interest. You should write on your notebook looking to these pictures, finding their fields. For example, the first picture A shows a boy planting flowers. He has interest to environment. You should write A is environment, and others you should write yourselves. Now you can see you can see the fields of interest. The first, communication. The second is health and medicine. The third is art and entertainment. The next, architecture, planning and environmental design. The next is engineering and computer science. The next is education. So let's look at the sub-fields of interest. Chemistry, you know, it's one subject of education. This is its subject. And the second is history. It's also a subject. The next one is sport. The next is biology. The next is medicine. This is art. Then music. Here you can see foreign languages, English, theater. Now look at this slide, please. You should guess these scholars, scientists, what they're famous for. The first one is Yuri Gagarin. his interest. He was famous for space field. Yes. The next one, Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was a scientist, mathematician, physician. The next one you should write yourself, please. Here you can see also economics, architecture, tourism. Now the possible answers, you should see this slide. Albert Einstein was famous for his theory of gravity. Now you can see formula of this law. The next one, Alexander Graham Bell was first inventor of first telephone. Carl Benz, he was inventor of the first automobile. Now you can answer to this question, please. How can basic interests of a person affect his future career? What kind of opinions do you have, dear participants? How can basic interests of a person affect his future career? Yes, you are right. Now let's move to another question. Do you know any famous person who has developed his interest into professional career? Do you know any famous person who has developed his interest into professional career? For example, there are a lot of famous persons in Uzbekistan. Let's see one of them. A celebrity whose interest grew into highest rank. He is Yoqub Akhmedov. He is a famous Uzbek actor, is another example of a person whose interest grew into more serious rank. He became so deeply involved into cinematography that cannot imagine his life without it. Simple affection and respect to great actors and actresses of Uzbekistan from past urged him to choose his profession as well. Now he has become one of the best actors in the country. The next person is famous film actor of Bollywood, Shah Rukh Khan. Now I named the motto, a person with a great interest and diligence. Shah Rukh Khan is an Indian actor, film producer and television personality. Khan began his career with appearances in several television series in the late 1980s. Instead, in his youth, he acted in stage plays and received praise for his imitations of Bollywood actors, of which his favorites were Dilip Kumar, Amitabh Bachchan and Mumtaz. He has received 14 Filmfare Awards and from 30 nominations and special awards. Now today's grammar part of today's lesson is future perfect tense. Future perfect tense is used to express an action expected to be complete before a certain time in the future. Now you can see the formula of this tense: subject plus will plus have plus past participle form. As an example, there is a sentence: he will have done it by this evening. Now you can see the form of this tense. Future perfect continuous. Future perfect continuous is a verb tense that describes actions that will continue up until a point in the future. The future perfect continuous consists of subject plus will plus have plus been plus verb plus ing form. As an example, you can see here a sentence: I will have been waiting her for over 10 days. So dear students, you should do this activity. You should open the breaks using the future perfect simple or future perfect continuous tenses. You should put these verbs in the correct form. There is a continuation, and let's do another activity. You should match the parts of the sentence from 1 to 5 to A to E. So dear students, think of these 3 terms that you have learned today. Think of 3 terms that you have learned today. Possible answers. Today's theme was field of interest. You know the parts of interest. Famous person whose diligence moved to highest rank. So as a home task, you should read the tips for planning and writing an article. Think about who your readers are and their interest. Answer the questions who, what, when, where, why. Write a concise headline to summarize the article. Use active words like saw, ran instead of was, were. At home also you should write story highlighting an interesting pathway that led you to becoming a student of this higher institution. The next activity, you should give your predictions in the following areas. What changes will have occurred or happened in sport by 2100? You should use future perfect tense or future perfect continuous. You should complete these tense. You should answer. You should visit Moodle Book Tools also. And at the conclusion, I want to tell you, work hard and be proud of what you achieve. Thank you for attention, dear participants. Take care. Goodbye.